Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Nilaus and we are here. This is part of the Let's Play, but it's more of a sort of turning back time to the early game when we didn't have a proper boss setup. And we do have biters. I don't know why I call them biters, because fuckers is a bad thing to call them. Yeah, we do have stuff coming in here. And yeah, that's less than ideal that we have all of this. So basically, what I want to show today is about the Darkfog farming. It's something that a lot of people have been sort of either trying or hypothesizing and just sort of discussing whether that would be a good idea to do or not. I'm going to be showing you here how that's done and what it looks like, and we'll need to get close but not too close. We need to... This seems like a good location for building a good line here, a good defensive line. Let's get that one line up here. And I have just brought in some belts here. Oh, wouldn't it be funny that I didn't even bring enough belts, did I? Actually, I just brought just enough belt. There, and we're going to be getting some here. Actually, I don't think that... I think that has to be like skipping 2. There we go. And skipping 2 and that one. And then let's get it in here. So once you get that, and then we just need to get the last of it, then we should be able to defend ourselves a little bit better here. Let's get this one, and come on. Let's also do the usual trick of setting one of these down. These help so ridiculously much. Let's get that and hard force it in. Oh right, that's because someone has been tricking out all of these. Yeah, I started here because I wanted to make sure that we had like an interesting location to get started with. We actually had a biter base, a Darkfog base that was active and annoying, and it certainly is active and annoying here. So let's see if we can get some power over to our builder so it can actually continue repairing and stuff there. And if we get this one there. Right, so why am I doing this in the early game? Well, I'm doing this in the early game because it is much more interesting to see what it looks like at this point. There we go. So let's get these things in, and once we have that, it's just a matter of cleaning it up here and there. I will be setting up another one of these just right here. This is going to be right in the middle, and that's going to be picking up stuff. So this is the objective, and are we somewhat safe? Yes. First ones are starting to... There we go. Now we get that going. Then we can also start looking at the next one, that is the missile turrets. So I don't want them to have as long range as the other one. I want them to only be servicing as backup if something gets too close. Let's also make sure that we try to align it to the same one as the other one. There. And let's get even further back, like that. Yeah. And we get some input here. That will be... that one and that one, and come on. How is that not possible at this point? Oh, weird. Weird. That takes... maybe that's should be possible. No, it's not. Okay, weird. And then they will also get their materials inbound like that. But now we are I'm not going to say somewhat safe. We just need to fly around and get all these things organized, and then build some stuff here. So this is going to be where we start grinding, and we start with getting materials from these. And this is the whole point of it. Not the red cubes; they are from the destroyed belt. Cool. Let's stabilize this a little bit. Remove the red belts and such. So we're now set up in a more stable situation here. The planetary base has increased to level 4, and you can also see that it doesn't actually have a lot of impact on the space hive. You can see that as we slaughter things here on the ground, it doesn't really sort of reflect back up into the hive, which is good, because that's what I was kind of fearing, that you set this up and then you accidentally get the space hive in a completely unmanageable state. So this is the part. So what happens now, though? You can see that we pick up a lot of junk. Here we can set up what kind of junk. Level 0 gets us these items. Level 3 gets us these items. And when we get to level 6, we'll get some new items. So we can check the stuff we don't want. I want to keep copper because that's used for ammo. I don't want to keep these. I don't think they're particularly interesting. And then we have something called an energy shard. The energy shard is modestly interesting, I think. It works as a kind of a fuel, and when you have this fuel available, it also gets replicator speed 50%. So it's the handcrafter's dream, but it doesn't have much power. So it's kind of one of those things where, I mean, it's nice and all, but it's not really game breaking or something like that. So what I'd like to do is show that we'd like to sort of filter this out and get it sorted somewhere. So for example, some of this junk that we really don't want to keep anymore, I'll just delete that because I don't really bother keeping that around. These ones just go away. That one goes away, that one goes away, and that one goes away. I think that's pretty much what we wanted to keep. Yeah, that's about that one as well. Good. We don't want to keep glass as well. There we go. And those are now the only things that we pick up. So what I want to do is I want to set up some kind of filtering, and it's going to be on. Okay, so not on that one, so it has to be on this line. Good. So we set up some filtering, and I want to set up filtering with this. And let's see what in, and in. And then we also need a little stub out here so we can actually do some filtering on this. And I want to get that into another box as well. There, that should be good. And they can now go in here, and in here, and in here, and in here. And we'll put some boxes on top. Actually, we'll put many boxes, because why not? And we'll be getting here, here, here. All good. And some power there and there. Alright, so that's good. Now let's see, what is the first thing we want to filter off of this? Let's say we want copper outbound, yeah? And then the next one should be silicon. And the next one should be titanium. And then it should be the graphite. And we can get more. Then we want one more. That goes from here to here. And that one. And this will now be filtering. Come on, build this. Okay, it's actually scaling up, but right now it doesn't really matter. And that was after that. What was the last thing we wanted? Was it not this one, is it? No. Well, maybe it is. Because I was kind of thinking you can also do this part. You can build some stack on top, and you can build this one on top of that. And I would then say maybe that is something we want to provide out here, and then we just provide it into somewhere else. I don't know. That's potentially a good idea. What would be the last thing? Let's check. Oh, engines. Of course, engines. Oh yes, engines are important. Let's get the engines in here. There we go. And then from here on, I will just get a few more just because. There'll be something I don't know yet. Oh, not you. And you can make this sort of go back into your base design. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wrap it in here. And then I can also take from here and get that into. Good, because this one will probably also, yeah, it already is picking up stuff. We'll just take some of the stuff that we don't want. Yeah, so it doesn't go back into. That's good. Those are now only the stuff we want. And this, that was the engines. And I think it's time for us to start hitting there. They are now going out, and they will go this way. I could make these ready just because, but I don't know what I'll be making ready for. And this will now be going in, and I'll be getting out, and I'll be going out here. And I think I need mark the better belts, and I can also just do the same thing from here. That one, take you out, and there. Great. I don't want this either. This doesn't need to be here, so I'll also be taking this out, and that, and that, and that, and that. Those now be taken out. Oh no. And then I can build stuff into here. Oh, that's a lot of rockets we're carrying around. Don't really need that many rockets. Let's get that one in here. And they are now slowly filtering around, right? Yes, they're filtering. It's all good. This one I don't want either. This is also bad stuff or old stuff. So let's clean that up and let's let this one run for a little bit. We can have this one guess the filter. There we go. They can all guess the filter. Great, so now we have these available to the network. Then we get a little bit of sense. If we see that it's 10:44, the game time here, then we can get a sense of when we, how long time it takes and how much material we get. So now we set up some more stable situation here. This is building, and let's actually look at this splitter. This splitter is prioritizing the inputs from this side, so we can use our copper that we find as kind of the primary feedback for the ammo. It's definitely not enough. We're actually consuming quite a lot of ammo and need to set up a second ammo. We have these 3 locations. They all have that one as well. They all have like the same setup here, so that they pick up and drop the same thing. And that means this will be stable, and it'll just gradually, with 12 per second, get out here and get into these locations. So this is now where we are. We just let this run for a bit, and then we actually get it. Just let it run until we hit level 6 and see what that looks like. We're very close to hitting level 6, and you can see they're also now going into assembling. Not that it really matters very much, because anything that comes out will just be slaughtered. We can look at the kills here for this one. This has 10,000 or 1100, or not 10,000, 1169 kills. That's really nice, almost 100,000 damage. And we have here the XP is a couple of 300 away from this. You can see that the amount of resources we're picking up here is actually at a point where we can barely keep up with 12 per second. So you can see that at this point we're actually almost getting 12 items per second, even with our filtering. Let's have a look at what we have in terms of quantity. If we look over here, we have a silly amount of energy shards, and I think it's a pretty good idea for us to start disabling the energy shards, because we really don't want those anymore. Then copper, all the copper we have is going to be reprocessed into more ammo, and let's see how much we get here. 2,600, 2,800, that's pretty much the same. Some more steel, and also I've used some of this for some fuel, and then a nice little dash of engines. Really nice. Engines are nice to get, and it's just going to be interesting to see what we get as items when we hit the next level. You can see here. Then we should get to level 6. That also probably means that there's new kind of things they can do. High energy laser tower. Maybe that's a level 5 thing, or is it because the whole thing is level 5? It's probably because the whole thing is level 5. And let's go. This is it, and there we go. They are now level 6. So let's have a look what we can now get at level 6. Oh, electric motor. Well, that was uneventful to say the least. It's only electric motors we get here. Maybe it's going to be more, or maybe that's just what we've discovered so far. But at least we'll get this one filter to take electric motors then. Yep, electric motors. So that's come in at that point. Well, that was not really very exciting. I'll put these in and pretend that those are also coming in. I was hoping there would be more things that would be coming in. Ah, there we go. More things are coming in. There we go. There are definitely some interesting things like plastic. Ooh, wicked foundations, my favorite thing. Ah, there we go. These are some really good things. And you can then continue to do this. I think there are 2 problems with this part. First of all, it's making an infernal noise. It takes a lot of power, and it takes a constant supply of copper to do this. And copper is, I'm pretty sure, the cheapest way of doing it. I've had to build a little location up here. Just dedicated a complete copper location just for this, and just going. You can see that it's moving. It's moving at a constant rate. So we're definitely using a lot of ammo on this, and I would imagine it also gets tougher as they get a little bit bigger. And you're also losing a lot of processor power for this, so do you really need it? I think it's a pretty cool idea that you can get like real new items, so you can get them for free. Especially you can farm that on the first planet. So I think on a death world setting, it'll be definitely very valuable. I don't know if it's gonna be kind of my thing to do this. We'll definitely need like more of these lines, and then we'll need to feed all this back into our hub. And then we have to manage that if we get something that we get too much of, then that will be an issue or challenge as well. We don't get any new like weird components from this, but I will show you the new components, because there's an easy way to actually show the new components. That's if we use a here. This one, if we traffic monitor and then just say fail, then we can take the icon, and here we have now all icons available in the game. And then we can take a look at this. So the only one we've seen so far is the energy shard. Then we also get the silicon-based neuron. We get the negatropy singularity, yes, a matter recombinator. And then we get this one, the core fragment, and down here a Darkfog matrix. So those are the items you get that are new. So what are they going to be used for? Well, they're going to be used for a few new items. Here we have the negatropy thing, negatropy smelter, I don't know, new smelter, Darkfog smelter. It needs some of those new items and also some quantum chips. And also here there are some of those other ones for a recomposing assembler, speed 3 and speed 3. So they're pretty damn good. Compared to this one, this is speed 1.5, and then we can get up to a speed 3, doubling the speed of that. There's also a self-evolution lab that is also really neat, and that also carries some Darkfog matrix. And the other item we don't have is this one, the Strange Annihilation Fuel Rod. It is 10 times as much fuel as the Antimatter Fuel Rod, but then also takes 8 of them inbound. So it's still totally worth it. Look at the fuel chamber recharge, 1100. That is massive. So those are definitely, I would imagine that if this one is at level 3, this one is not at level 6, so maybe it's a level 9, maybe this is a level 15, and then there's 12 to 1, and then, well, I don't know. But this is probably the last one, and I would imagine that this is the second to last one. So that's gonna be things that we can find here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels, and we didn't get anything exciting here. So at level 9, we'll do that. So this is another way to use this, to use them as farming resources. I like it, but I don't like it a lot, because for me, I think the noise, the disruption part is too much of a hassle. So I wanted to show you this to give you an idea about what you can do. It just basically takes copper, and then these are here. I've built a network of areas around it. Also takes, I think, an ungodly amount of space, because you have to make sure that they don't sort of branch out to those sides, and if they do, then you have to make sure that the missile turrets will take care of them, so they don't sort of branch out from here. Right, I think that's going to be it, because a lot of people have been asking about Darkfog farming. Is it worth it? For me, yes, I think it's worth it, sort of technically, but I don't want to go through the hassle of making it work, and I don't want to be suffering all the noise and the processing drain from doing this. So for me, I think I'm going to be not using this, but I can definitely understand if you want to use it. Yeah, I think I want to just make sure that I have peace and quiet on my planet, and when something lands, I want to take care of it, instead of just having this endless grind. Oh wow, that shot at me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little sort of aside and taking a look at the idea of Darkfog farming, and also why you will not see it in my playthroughs, at least for now, I think. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.